Alright, we're 2 years in now. We're literally a year since the last video, and today is my 2-year TSW anniversary, so officially 2 years in now, and my god, what a ride. The second year, I would say, better physically, worse emotionally, which is strange because the first year was so traumatic, and the physical symptoms were so severe. But this year, because I had a really good stint, I had about a long break, I'd say about a 6-month break, where I was basically living my normal life again. And when I started to flare again in the winter, I'm going to go through month by month to show you the pictures of what each month was like. But this third flare really shook me. And I think I'm coming out of it now because, as you can see now, I'm dry, but I'm not looking too bad. And I feel like I'm well on my way to getting a bit better now. And we'll talk about, I think, why that is as well. So starting from February last year was when I was really in bad shape again. I think around January, February time. I got my phone stolen around that time, so I've lost a lot of the photos. But that my face flared up quite badly during that time. But I think it was only for a month or two when my face was flaring up the worst. And I was doing no moisture treatment at the time. So it kind of cleared, and I had the patch on my cheek, which here, for a long time, and I had that patch on my chin here as well, which was really weepy. And that was quite a stressful time for me. I was in a job which maybe wasn't settling in the way that I'd hoped, because it was a new job. And yeah, I think in terms of my whole life picture, maybe I was a little bit unsettled then. Maybe in hindsight, that's what caused the flare. Also, I think it's lack of sunlight, to be honest, seems to be the theme for me. When I'm not getting outside enough, that's when my skin starts to get bad. So for me, it's really important that I do go outside into the sunlight. But we'll see this kind of materialise as it goes on. So March, photos from March, as you can see in these photos, it is starting to look a bit better. I've got that normal colour back in my face again, and I am looking quite cheerful in that photo. Again, my phone got stolen, so I don't have many photos from that time. I lost quite a lot of them, but that is generally, I was feeling all right around February time. Behind my leg was giving me a lot of grief this time last year. It was behind the cracks of my knee, and I was literally limping everywhere. I was limping to work and back. Like, I could barely walk, to be honest with you. It was really painful moving around, and it was just a really, really deep wound in the back of my knee, which would not go away. And obviously, I had to intervene. with NMT at that point, and what I was doing was putting Sudocrem on it, a thick layer, and then putting a bandage over the top of it to try and heal it up. Eventually it did go away, but it took a long time for it to eventually go. Yeah, so April, I was really starting to, I felt like I was getting quite a lot better. I could do a lot of normal things. I wasn't worried about, I was starting to eat Chinese again, like I was starting to have takeaways again, and I was starting to feel a lot more relaxed in general about my lifestyle and going out and enjoying myself, drinking alcohol, that kind of thing. And then in May, I actually would say I had a bit of a dip in May, because looking at the photos, I had those really severe patches on my cheek, under my chin, and it was and my eyes were really swollen and scabby during that time as well. And I don't know if that's maybe where the stress of changing back jobs again caught up with me a little bit. But then in May, this is when the revelation kind of happened, and this is when I found out that I need sunlight, basically. So we went on holiday at the end of May to our friend's place in Spain, and we were there for just a week, and I was initially really worried about going in the sun. Like, initially I had sun cream on every day. I didn't put any on my face. I just wore a hat all the time and kept my face out of the sun. But as the days went on, I started to see a big change. And one thing I didn't even notice, but in hindsight was a massive thing, was that every morning I was waking up at like 8:30 and like just going out and sitting on the terrace in the sun to myself. I was on my own, but I was just waking up earlier. Like, I just had more energy, and I just felt better. Like, at home, I would never get out of bed in my pajamas, come and chill on the sofa, make some breakfast, lounge around in my pajamas. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I am in the shower. I'm getting rid of all the clothes that I was wearing in bed, and I'm cleaning the bed. But in Spain, I was like, I just felt more loose, you know. My skin was more comfortable. I had a good night's sleep every night. And in hindsight, that's just the testament to how much better I was as soon as I got out to Spain in that sunlight every day and outside in the fresh air. Such a difference. So I came back from that holiday, May, and that was leading into June. And then June is when we started to see significant changes. And there's a photo which I will put here, which shows there was a time I was literally just working from home, and I had the camera on my face. I think I was trying to film a TikTok or something for work, and I was just looking at my skin and thinking, oh my God, like, it looks really normal. I look like myself again. I'm really starting to see my own face again here. And after seeing it kind of deformed or something on it or wrong with it for so long, to see you recognise yourself again in the camera like that, I was like, oh my God. And then it kind of really clicked that I'm getting better. Like, this is weird. Like, and I was drinking, I was going out, I was eating a load of crap, and it was still behaving itself. And I was like, and that was kind of the start of my big break in the summer last year. I had months of good skin. I'll put some pictures here of what my skin was like in July. Couldn't complain. Literally sailed through the summer, had the most amazing time. All the way through. July again was just like taking selfies again. I was going out with my friends on a Friday night, being hungover and like not really paying for it with my skin. It was a fucking good time. I had a great time. I was like, oh my God. And I this is the thing, right? I convinced myself I was better. And this is the mistake I made. I was like, oh, I'm through, you know. Itsan shared a video of me. I was helping Itsan with their TikTok for a while. And one of the first videos we shared was my story. And it was like, I was like 18 months in. And someone put a comment on the video saying, she's not through it in 18 months. Like, there's more to come. And the guys at Itsan were like, oh, are you all right with that comment? And I was like, yeah, no, it's no worries. Like, everyone has their own opinion. And at that time, I was kind of hoping I was through, but I didn't really know. And I'd always said I expected another flare in the winter. I said, I think I'll be all right through the summer. I predicted it completely accurately. I said, I think I'll be all right through the summer, and then I think I'll flare again in the winter. And lo and behold, as soon as October came around, my skin started to misbehave again. And initially, it felt bad. It didn't look bad, but it felt bad. I had the swelling. I felt the swelling. It was red. It was dry. It just didn't feel very good at all. Yeah, so it started to get worse in October, and at this point I was moisturising still because I'd started moisturising again during the summer, and I was just using Avene. I was trying all sorts of different creams through October and November. I was using the La Roche-Posay Cicapace Balm. That was really nice on my face for a while. I was washing, through the summer, I was washing my face with the Tropic Skin Smoothing Cleanser, which was really nice. And then moisturising just with the Avene Xero Calm, as I had done the same on my body for the whole time. And it worked just fine for me. But then October came around, November, I was having sunbeds as well, because I was thinking maybe it's the sunlight, maybe I need to keep going with this light thing, but it didn't stop it from getting worse. It basically, in November, it decided it was flaring time, and there was nothing anyone could do to stop it. No matter what cream I put on it, no matter how many sunbeds I got or how positive I was, it was bad. And a combination, I think, of not going outside as much, not getting as much sunlight, and having a really stressful time at work. I work in marketing, so it's the busiest sale period of the year, Black Friday and Christmas sales, and it was just super, super stressful, and I think it really came out in my skin. And then all through December, it was just getting worse and worse. I literally had open wounds on both sides of my cheeks. I would even say that this flare was worse than the flare I had last year, because last winter I was strict NMT last winter, and I had the swelling, I had the eruptions and the wounds and that, but they went away, and then I just had the patch here and the patch here, and the patch on my eye, which was still quite severe, but the ones this year were really brutal. They were like raw open wounds on both my cheeks from like here to here. They weren't just like little patches, they were like full face. which was awful. And then over Christmas, in December, my skin really calmed down because we had 2 weeks-ish off over Christmas, and it really, really calmed down during that time. And then I started using Robertson's. I don't know if you've seen on TikTok, Steve Gee, he runs Robertson's skin repair ointment from Australia. He kindly sent me some. That worked really, really well for about 2 weeks on what I was putting on my face and my arm. And I was like, oh my God, my skin's amazing again. It's perfect. I'm never leaving this cream ever again. And then my skin was just like, we don't like that. So we're kicking it out. And it literally just spat it all back out in my skin. And I was looking like the picture here. I really did really miserable then as well, because it was really, really sad to rebound that badly. And I was having red sleeves again. It was just like, what is going on? And so then I decided I need to cut out using creams again. I just need to see. I was still using it on my body because my body wasn't as bad. It was mainly just my face, which was really suffering. And I went no moisture on my face again. And I haven't, even now, I still haven't been using them. So through January and February, I've not been using anything on my face. And as you can see, I've got no open wounds on my face now. It's very dry, but every day it's getting a bit better. So we're heading in the right direction now. Yeah, I've got an appointment with Dr. Anthony Bewley in February, because when I was in that really bad state in January, me and my family, we were just kind of like, this is ridiculous. I cannot go through, like, these are crucial stages in my career in my late 20s. I've got to where I want to be now, and I need to really be like making moves. Because I was suffering so much of my skin, it really, really affected my quality of life as well. You know, I wasn't enjoying myself. I was literally just bound to the sofa of an evening, maybe going to the gym if I could, but literally not doing anything exciting really, just becoming a complete hermit, which is just totally not me. Like, me before TSW was going out all the time. I was super, super sociable, going out and drinking with my friends, like always up for things. And the me now is like, I'm on the sofa with a chamomile tea every weekday night, watching the telly, and that is all I want to do every night. So I want to get back to the old me at least a little bit, and I definitely think this summer I will get that back again. But yeah, I'm going to see Dr. Anthony Bewley and see if he thinks that immunosuppressants would be a good option for me. I'm interested in, I've avoided them actively for a long time because I'm very prone to, I've had herpeticum a few times around my eye, and I had shingles just before TSW, which is kind of what caused me to go into it. So I'm hesitant about immunos, but interested to see what he thinks, because if there's a chance I can start wearing makeup again and getting back to my full normal self, I will take it. And I always said at the start, I would get through the first 6 months and then see how I was, and then I would think about going on immunos. But here we are, 2 years in, and I've just had my third big flare, and I've had enough now. I've had enough. I just want to go back to my normal self. And I've spoken to a few other people. I've joined the immunosuppressants in TSW group on Facebook. Heard very mixed results. I think it could be worth a try. I consider myself a bit of a guinea pig at the moment, to be honest. I've been trying so many different creams, and now I'm seeing this doctor, maybe trying immunos, but at least it gives people an idea of different things they can try that might help them, because although like the Robertson's, for example, stopped working for me, but that might really help someone else. Yeah, I will do another video talking about other products which I've found that I've personally found particularly helpful. But to be honest, the best thing I've found, especially for my face, is just to leave it alone. Like, I've put a little bit of La Roche-Posay, the AP Plus cream, which I bought the other day. It's antimicrobial, because I've got this arm infection as well, which is recurring and very annoying at the moment. So that's another thing which I'm dealing with. But at the moment, it's very manageable, and I'm feeling quite good in myself, to be fair, right now. So interested to see what year 3 holds. I think it's going to be another good summer, and then I think the winter again. I think we could be in a similar position in the winter, but I would rather go on immunos and get through winter that way rather than suffering again, to be honest, because that was just awful. It was really bad. My mental health really took a dive, and I really suffered. I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, it wasn't good. So yeah, I really want to do some more videos on here. I've been uploading my TikToks as shorts, but I feel like they're just like a snippet of what's actually going on in my life. So I will upload here more. I will do another products video. But if there's anything anyone has any questions about from year 2 or anything else you want to see, please do let me know in the comments. I would love to make some more videos for you and share my experience that will hopefully help you as well. All right.